So mindfulness, yeah, pretty important thing in life at the moment. Being mindful of how you're feeling, what your emotional state is, whether you're anxious, whether you're happy, whether you're sad. That's a really important part of life at the moment. And for me, what I find is sometimes when I'm really stressed, I tend to get all agitated and I'm not focused on what I do. So I do have some techniques and some tips that I use and I can pass on to you, and hopefully they'll make you feel better about yourself and become more mindful when you're feeling stressed and anxious and you are in a negative emotional state. So one of the ones I do is I like to raise my right hand and have my left hand with my index finger out, and what I'll do is I will count to 5, and as I'm counting to 5 I will take my finger up to the top of my thumb, but while I'm doing that I'll also be breathing in. When I get to the top of my thumb I hold my breath in for 5 and then I breathe out for 5. So this is it in a nutshell. Breathe in. And release. One more time with the next finger. Breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. And I do that so on and so on with each finger. But what I try to do when I'm doing that is I like to feel my index finger against my skin and just think about how that feels to me. I also like to make sure that while I'm doing it, I'm holding my breath, my feet are planted, and I'm in a really comfortable position. And sometimes, I'll be honest, I like to close my eyes while I'm doing it. If there's other people around me, then, and I don't want to close my eyes, I'll just put my gaze to the floor, so that I'm not embarrassed by anything. But that for me, it really relaxes me and it lowers my heart rate, and by lowering my heart rate I start to feel better about myself. I start to feel like I'm more in control. So whenever you're stressed, give it a go. It's just your index finger of one hand, your finger spread out the other, and you just rise your finger up for 5, hold for 5 and release for 5, and you go so on and so on, up and down each finger, and if you start to feel better at it, you can actually come back and do it again. But start to feel how it feels with your index finger feels going across your fingers, and also start to relax. Thank you very much for that.